this thing at a certain time. And it was 80%, Chuck. Then I had the 20 that didn't work. I put asterisks by, and then I figured out where some times during the day you had warning signs that this one wasn't going to work. But anyway, I got thinking about, because I told people, if you put up $100 and it turns into 240, and you could do that, ever how many contracts you put up. But I think that I think it got me thinking, is all I'm saying. So I said, what I'm going to do, and then I got to thinking about has anybody here ever been in the armed services and had to go through officers training school? Anybody ever done that? You might have saw the movie Officer and a Gentleman, okay? But they had a thing they called the 90-day wonders, and then I looked at the roadmap I'm following for this year, Trump 2.0 versus 2.10, and it looks to me like we got about 90 days until, where you start throwing darts in a market, meaning I think there's going to be a big explosion to the upside, and we'll see if I'm right on that. But in the next few days, there ought to be an opportunity using this strategy. So I decided I'll do it, and so tonight I'll open it up and let people join me. But anyway, it's pretty good stuff. Thank you, Fred. Thank you for doing that, service guy. And Frank, you're in Sacramento. I meant to ask you, they still in Sacramento have the old cars, like they meet in downtown Sacramento and I guess have a parade like of old cars, muscle cars type things. They still do it after all these years? Great. Okay. I remember that. Anyway, I was going to ask you about that. Yeah, you went 4 years to the Naval Academy, and congratulations. That's super. That was super. Yeah, it's sort of interesting if you look at the stats today that there's a low percentage of people that actually, serve in the military anymore. When I was coming up, everybody was serving, it seemed like, so it wasn't anything special. I thought at the time, but it's become pretty special, I guess. But good training, good training. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing good. Wow, look at what he wrote. That I give some of the best training he's seen in 40 years since he experienced academy training. Yeah, I used to teach a little bit in the service, so I used what they taught me. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, David. Yep. Anyway, what I'd like to do before I get started, type in where you're signing in from, if you will. Type in where you're signing in from. It'd be interesting to see. For me, it would be Tampa, okay. Colorado, Louisville, Atlanta, Duluth, Georgia, Tuscaloosa, Apple Valley, California, Arizona. We got it for all of Broken Arrow. Now, Broken Arrow's got the maybe I got it confused. Yeah, Broken Arrow. I might have it confused, but Oklahoma there, Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, Minnesota, Chattanooga. That's a neat name, isn't it? Chattanooga, Memphis. Susan, you remind me of somebody from Memphis, Tennessee. East Alabama. Bucks County, Pennsylvania. Steve's here. Well, I'm gonna get started because I'm pretty excited about tonight. I got us a great plan. Hope you'll join me. Go to dtitrader.com/telegram or go to dtitrader.com/YouTube. Now, there's strategies, high degree of risk involved in trading. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Former Air Force officer, active trader since the 70s, former member of Chicago Mercantile Exchange. One of the unique things about being a member of Chicago Mercantile Exchange, I actually had a Globex terminal, which was the forerunner of electronic trading. And what was so unique about it, we had one in Mobile, Alabama, and in those days, most of the big cities got in. There were 50 of it issued on their permit program. I was lucky enough to get one. 3 books: Winning the Day Trading Game, Markets Never Sleep, and Trade to Win. DTI will help you master the markets through education, training, and experience. In my opinion, tonight is very special because we're going to go back to how DTI got here. You're going to get to see some things. I've been trying to teach a lot of this, but I'm going to actually have an application of it starting tomorrow morning. How you like that? Now, here's my schedule. You'll notice that I got the daily double at 10. That'll be each day, the daily double. We'll create a special room to get the trade out to you. And it'll be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And Friday, I'll look for the opportunity. It's, you've heard me ask that question sometimes about whether you should be long, whether you should be short, or whether you should be out of the market. Well, I'm going to show you the power of recognizing what we do early in the day. And 10 o'clock, even the Californians can participate. Here's where the market stands right now, down about 6%. I'm short tonight. I guess y'all know that, right? I've told everybody I'm short, and I'm long SQQQ tonight, okay? Just letting everybody know. If you look at that, 6%, 9%, 3% DAX, but gold is really stronger than garlic. Look at gold. Gold's up 18%, crude's down 3%. Bonds are starting to move higher. Pretty cool stuff. News this week. Let's just look at news. I'm going to drill in on it. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Not a lot to shake around the row. I think Wednesday's a big day. That's Liberation Day, we call it. Yeah, there's a schedule again. Take a picture of it, if you will. Take a picture of it. Okay? Probabilities tomorrow are weak. Tuesday gets stronger. Wednesday, look at Wednesday, seasonally, on April 2nd is a big day percentage-wise. That's going to be interesting if we make our low Monday and Tuesday, and then all of a sudden we start rallying, isn't it? Just see if that doesn't play out. These numbers here come from the Almanac. Now, the 10 tickers, this is a very popular feature Sunday night. In fact, I've got 1 or 2 customers, they take these tickers and this is what we found out to be true, is that these tickers, 4 or 5 of these tickers will ring your bell this week. 4 or 5 of these tickers will ring your bell this week. So take a picture of it. And here's what I tell people. Take a picture of these stocks, let your alarm go off, and then use the reference bar approach to getting in. And I mean, we've had some tremendous, Kerry says, worth the price of tea in China, right? Is that the saying? Anyway, but it's right there for everybody to see. This is what I use. Jonathan sets these tickers. A lot of the things I do during the week, come out of here, okay? Which makes it very nice. Very nice. Let me run through a few questions for you. This is where I get feedback from you. How much is it worth to you to know the daily direction on these tickers? QQQ, TQQ, or SQQ? I'm asking that question because if you knew it early enough during the day, like about 10, a lot of money, right? Well, I've got numbers right here that I can get you about 80% accurate. However, once I have a master class or two, I will teach you, okay? I will teach you the caveats to those 20 losses over the last 120 days, how you could have cut them down at least, okay? That'd be the plan. But it's worth a lot of money. And how many of you would like the ability, very simply, to have buy the TQQ or buy the SQQ or buy this particular option on the QQQ at 10:15 Monday through Friday? How would you like that opportunity? Now, here's one where I'm really going to pump this up. You know, I've been doing a lot of future stuff. I said, you know, I might just do this because I think this is good. So I'm going to also give you what I would say after I got impressed Friday with the e-mini. I said, I'm going to do a simple e-mini trade in here. And also, so there'll be, hey, I'm going buying puts on the QQQ that expire that day. I'm going to buy the TQQ or the SQQ, and I'm going to buy a put on the E-mini. Pretty cool, isn't it? That's going to come out by 10:15. It's going to be very simple. Not going to have to hunt around to know what to do because you're going to know the direction based on the probabilities by 10:15 in the morning. Now, who would like to learn how to do that high probability futures trade? One trade and learn how to do it at 10:15 in the morning. And you can risk $100 on the trade. That's the one I did Friday afternoon, but I didn't do it till late. It was like 3:15, 3:20 when I put it on. I went back. It was worth $250. I got out of it today. It would only cost me $15 to get in that one. What do you think about that? If you're a small account trader, you won't have to worry about the pattern day trader rule. That rule is terrible. This circumvents that by doing it the way I'm going to show you. You think you might make money each day with that high probability call at 10:15? If we stick to that 80% accuracy, it'd be hard for you not to. Stay in the trade all day, get out about 4 o'clock. Is that simple, straightforward? Pretty cool, isn't it? Now let's look at raw data. I looked at the last 124 days, over 100 days, stayed with the direction. That's 80% of the time, and identified whether to be long, short, or out by 10:15. Do you think your odds of making money would increase if you knew that answer? I know they would, and they would also help you in other ways. But your odds of making money, if you had the direction of the day, 8 out of 10 days, you're going to be doing pretty good. 124 trades over 100 days were right by 10:15 in the morning. So the big question is, how much is that worth to you? A lot of work, but how much is it worth to you is the question you got to ask yourself, because if you can get on the right side of the market by 10 in the morning, Eastern time, you're going to be smiling, aren't you? Now, let's focus on Friday, which was clearly a down day. If you owned NVIDIA and knew this information at 10:15, you wouldn't have suffered a 1.58% loss, would you? If you had faith in the signal, right? Lulu was down 14%. The QQQ was down 2.63. The SPY was down 2.0. SQQ, here's one for you. That's why I like. Y'all remember when I taught the SQQ, TQQ about 2 or 3 years ago? We had a big class, face to face and all that. The SQQ TQQ is great because there's no commission, number one. And number two, look at that. You got paid 8% on your money. 8%. Meta was down 4%. If you own Meta, think it's going to go higher, and you knew it was going to be down base 8 to 10 would be pretty cool. Tesla was down 3.5%. Coinbase was down 7.7%. Am I making my point how valuable knowing this at 10:15 in the morning is? Tell me, type in here, yes, you're starting to get it. Look, the NASDAQ was down 3.6 and the S&P was down 2.38. So I think we're on to something here. So if you took $1,000, I'd use that as an example. It doesn't have to be 1,000, it'd be $100. But if you took $1,000 and put into that at 10:15 on Friday, look at this. You would have made, your account would have grown to $1,026 doing the straight QQQ, or 1,000 in the SQQ would have been $1,078. That's at 7-8% rise. How about 1,000 in the E-mini? Day trading, short, would have paid you $6,950. That ought to get your attention and ought to be motivation to learn. That's powerful information right there, folks. When you put that with timing and direction. Now, if you put $25 in ES put spread at 10:15, that $25 was a 10-to-1, $220. That was that trade I did. If you're trading ES futures, day trade market would produce over $7,000. Pretty cool, isn't it? Now, here's what I did on Friday. I did this late in the day. I did a futures put spread where I bought the 5,500 and sold the 5480 put spread. I had $100 into it, and I made $250 on that trade tonight when I got out of it. Now, that's pretty cool. $100 in. How many people could afford to put $100 in a trade and it go to zero or go to $600 or $700 for you? This one was done so late today, 20 minutes into the close. And it got me thinking about it. That's what did all the work over the weekend. And I got it now lined out. Here's my plan. I created a directional plate I plan to do for the next 90 days. Hence the 90-day window. We enter the trades about 10:15. We'll exit the trades by 4. Pretty simple. We'll buy puts or calls on the QQQ. Everybody knows how to do that. We'll buy puts or calls on the E-mini. We can buy the SQQ on the down days and buy the TQQ on the up days. So we'll have 3 trades when we get a signal to go with. Those are the instruments we'll use. Any questions about these 3? And you put any amount of money in here you want to, but the idea is get the direction right. If you got to worry about the pattern day trading rule, then I would stick with the E-mini because there's no pattern day trading rule on that. Okay? Now let's look at charts for Friday. It was a short day at 10:15, and the market stayed short all day long. That's a pretty good day, wouldn't you say? Listen to this. The QQQ dropped 12 points. That's got to be cool. SQQ rose 7.8%. Right there, went up with the market going down. Simple, straightforward. Now take a look at this option trade. Paid $100, worth $220, actually got out at $250 tonight. So think about it. $100 in an option has potential to pay big. Yeah, and the micro, Pauline, you could use the micro and day trade it on this, or you could do the E-mini futures. I'm calling this trade the daily double because we should be able, on the days that hit, double our exposure. That's why I'm calling it the daily double. You'll have to decide how much you want to put on it, but every trade will be based on $100. So why 90 days? Why did I pick 90 days to run this? Using the mini futures, MBS, micro. This is the roadmap I've been following. And the roadmap says that we should be making a low this week, followed by a rally. I think the rally will probably come Friday. Okay. And I think that's what I'm expecting. But we're going to take advantage of this roadmap if the numbers justify it. But we don't care. We don't care over until we get to July 4th. Okay. That's why I said I'd run it for 90 days. Okay. We'll take advantage of the ups and downs until then. Okay. That'll be our plan. The 90-day beta program, I priced it at $497. Our goal this week is to get you a scholarship, maybe as early as tomorrow. Sign up at dtitrader.com/double. Call 904-706-3532 and get the information on the Daily Double Telegram channel. Once you sign up, you'll be given access. And you can call 904-706-3532 because at 10:15 tomorrow, it's a long shorter out as far as I'm concerned. And I'll identify the options I'm using to do this, okay? And the E-mini I'm using to do this, and the SQQ, TQQ, whichever is called up. No, Donna, this is strictly a program that I'm running to show you the power of getting the direction right. Pretty good. Yeah, Dex, yeah, you can. Contact Mallory. Adam, put your email and take care of Dex for me, will you? I'm cool with that. 904-706-3532. Okay, 14-day refund policy for the double. You're going to know by then if I'm on something big time or I should be raising the price, right? There you go. Is there a VIP? There's no VIP for this, but in the future, if y'all want an extended version of the program, we'll let you apply it if I come up with a VIP price. I really like doing it. Okay? dtitrader.com/double or call 904-706-3532. Is this okay for new traders? Absolutely. Can you imagine starting out as a new trader having direction each day? Go back in your own trading and say to yourself, what if you had been right 80% of the time? This is a combination. This is a combination beta program, Michael, because it's got actual trading. Okay? Nine zero four 706-3532. Everybody see it? I have a class if you want me to, how to avoid that day trading pattern rule if you want to use the QQQ puts. I'll do that sometime early this week. 904-706-3532. Support between 10 and 1, dtitrader.com. I'm limiting it. I'm limiting the beta program, okay? We'll take 100 people in this program. There it is, $497 daily double, 904-706-3532. Pretty simple. DTItrader.com/double. Now, this beta program, I'm limited membership to 100, so don't procrastinate. Call if you got any questions. Yeah, it's going to be hard to do it in there because that doesn't include futures, Bruce. It doesn't include futures. You got to have the futures program to get it. So we'll just post it in this room. Okay. DTItrader.com/double. 904-706-3532. 90-day beta program, limited to 100. Get started. Let's do it together. Any questions? Well, you can't do that because you got to be a member of the futures to get it. It doesn't work unless you know. It's a little combination of both here. Right, it's extra, Sylvan. Okay, so what to expect from me? Well, you're good. You'll get it in the daily double if you are. Yeah, $4.97 for 3 months. $4.97 for 3 months. 10:15 tomorrow, I'll put out the trade in the daily double room. Okay, the futures program is totally separate, but this is an application of futures. So you got to join this to get these trades. Does that make sense? They will not, Jim. They will not. One channel, daily double. Well, good for him. It's a combination. I'm combined. It's a trade. Well, I can't separate it, the futures, if you're not a member of futures. Understand, I can't separate the futures trade because I'm posting the futures trade. That would be unfair to my futures people. And I can't separate, you just can't separate it. Look, if you don't like what I'm doing after 14 days, get your money back, the way I look at it. Because I'm about to write some history here with people. All you got to do is be there at 10:15. Frank says, just do it. Look, I wanted to show you the leverage, okay? And Adam, you're wrong on that. We'll talk. I'll explain why later. No, no, it will not. This is at 10 in the morning. It's simple, it's straightforward. No, this is all week long. For the next 90 days, I will post in this daily double room, and only in the daily double room, the direction and the trades I'm doing. When I do trades, there'll be 3 trades. QQQ, puts or calls, SQQ, TQQ, and a E-mini trade. Not for this simple trade. You don't have to be a member. I want you to be a member, but you don't have to be. It can be any, Robin, let me ask you a question. I'm going to answer your question with the question. If you got the direction of the day, what would you do with it? Would you apply it maybe to some stock? Would you apply it to a futures? Would you try? If you have the direction of the day, what would you do? So you use options, right? So if you did options, right, you can only do about 3 of these a week if you've got a small account, or if you've got a big account, you use a big account. Yeah, $100 will be the setup in each trade. However, you might do 5 of them. You know, it's up to you. That's up to you. The basic trade will be $100 in. Does everybody understand what I'm saying? I might say I'm buying a QQQ put at $1. You might buy 5 of them. That's up to you. I have to do it in the daily double room because the 2 worlds can't clash. It'd be unfair to each. I can't do that. I just want to do it. So I could pull back the E-mini, but I don't want to do that. I want the E-mini to be there because the E-mini is for people that want to really leverage themselves, like me. QQQ is good. SQQ, TQQ. Again, that's all determining the key part here, folks. At 10:15 tomorrow, guess what I'm going to do? Thank you, Herman. At 10:15 tomorrow, what am I going to do? Here's what you're going to see. Type this in there. Jonathan, are you there? You're going to see 3 order tickets. Is Jonathan here, Adam? Okay. Type a trade ticket for buying a sample put that expires on Monday. Show her what it looks like. Type a trade ticket. Can you do that? For the QQQ, just pick. You can't do that? Okay. Okay. There'll be a posting of there's going to be a ticket. And the ticket is going to be, can you copy and paste what a trade ticket looks like? I can talk from that because I want them to see this. I'll be there every day doing it, Herman. If you had to miss a day, don't worry about it. All you got to do is look in this Telegram channel, you'll see it. But if you go look at a trade ticket, you're going to see a trade ticket looks very similar to what I do in TNT, but it's going to say buy the QQQ put. Everybody got that trade? That's trade number 1. Trade number 2 will be, if that's a put, no, it's going to expire tomorrow. And I might use the XSP if it works, but I haven't tried it with XSP. But trade number 1 will be buy the QQQ. That's an example. This is hypothetical. Second trade would be buy the SQQQ. So type that in there. And the third trade will be an E-mini put or an E-mini put spread. Only paying $1. Does that make sense what I'm saying? I wish I had an example to show you. Very simple. Bang, bang, bang. Straight. So you got to know two things. You got to have access to the daily double room. Yeah, that's an example. But it depends on the size of your account. I'm going to take all three of the trades. I'm going to take all three of them every day. Why am I going to take all three? Let me go back to the slide here, okay? Look at this. Look at this slide. If I go $1,000 into QQQ cash, I won't do QQQ cash. I'll do a put here. Okay, but you made 1,026. Look at the potential over in futures. 20, that's 120%, isn't it? There it is right there. There's my plan. That's the key time. By 10:15, you'll get the words. Folks, I am short, and here's my three trades. Jody, the reason I'm doing all three, I want to show the power of market direction. This is educational in itself. And you know, it's up to you. You choose. You choose all three, choose one, choose two. I don't care. But I'm marrying a couple worlds here, aren't I? I'm marrying the world of futures and marrying the world of stock options in this one room, the daily double room. It's a simple E-mini trade. It's not complicated. How many people know how, let me ask this question. If I said buy a put, how many people would know how to buy a put? That's a simple, if you got that kind of knowledge, but now you got direction, right? That's the important thing, is the direction. Does that make sense what I'm saying? I had to do it this way. Only way I could think of doing it. And you got 14 days to try it. By that time, if I've got, okay, let's do it. Let's see what, in 14 days, if I say I'm going to be right 80% of the time, right? About 11 times, you're going to have 11 winners under your belt, right? But if you do all three of them, you're going to have 33 winners. That's going to grow your account. This is a very aggressive way to play the market. Direction. It's all about how much would it, let's go back to this question. How much would it be worth? And I'm going to qualify the question. This is so important. Let me come back to my question. Do you think you could make money each day? Do you think you could make money each day with a high probability setup where it would be long, short, or out? You don't have, all you have to do in this, folks, all you have to do is join, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Because if we get the direction right, everything else works out. Okay? So the big question is, how much is it worth to you? How much would it have been worth to you on Friday to know it was going to be a down day? I think that's a valid question. And to know it at 10:15 in the morning, remember that option I made 120% on? Think if I'd have bought that option for $30, is what it cost that morning. I didn't, but say if I did, that got me thinking. Folks, this is going to be a fun thing to do. All you got to do is have a little faith, join it, be part of it. Look at the refund policy. You got 14 days. Try it out. Pauline says there's a special tool I use to find the direction of the day. Let me just ask the people here. How many people from 0 to 10, you can rate me and I'll post it, okay? How many people, 0 to 10, rate my market timing? There's a 12, there's a 10. Well, let's find out just how good I am. These are experienced people. Copy and paste all those 10s and 12s. Okay? It's a beta program. We'll see where it goes. I'd love it for everybody to make a bunch of money doing it, but what I want you to learn is how to get on the right side of the market by 10:15 in the morning. So join the Daily Double. Jennifer, you'll get a welcome email telling you to go into the Daily Double channel. Yeah, Marianne, run that by Kelly. I'm gonna put the signal out for the next 90 days, every trade day at 10:15 in the Daily Double. 90 days. Did I answer everybody's question? Hey, Monica, thank you. Dave, you're funny. Try Ninja Trader, Joe. Try Ninja Trader. I need new Crocs. All right, folks. I got the numbers. We'll play it out. We're playing the odds on this. Well, if it sets up, we'll do it. Tomorrow at 10:15, you'll get the posting. And That's just the way it is. Any last minute questions? Yeah, the trades will be posted on Telegram. Telegram. Get signed up and I'll post the trades on Telegram. It's going to be a unique beta program. We'll just see how everybody does. And I expect to be getting a whole bunch of love letters. Jim, I don't think I can do it at that price. I think we're just going to keep it simple through the Telegram channel. This is a key time of the day. I normally don't do stuff. Do my very best to get the direction right. That's my job. Your job is to pick one of the trades, two of the trades, or three of the trades, and decide how much money to put in there when you make your trade, where you're going to do one of the trades, two of the trades, or the third trade, you know? I picked 90 days, SP, because if I'm doing this, look, you got to understand, this is a lot of work for me to do to deliver. And to do it for 90 days, every trade day, long, short, or out at 10:15, by 10:15 in the morning, that's a lot of work for 497. Especially since I'm gonna be right. How do I know I'm gonna be right? Just ask all those people that gave me the 10 to 12. You should be getting a Telegram link through. Oh yeah, you do expect to get out that day. All right, folks, get signed up. I want to get feedback at the end of the week. I'll call a little special meeting and get feedback, make sure everybody got the value of it. This is unbelievable value at 497. If you'll tell me right now what the direction is going to be tomorrow, it's worth a lot of money. If I knew right now, right this second, what the direction of this market's going to be tomorrow, that's worth a lot of money. I got to wait to 10:15 before I have the answer tomorrow. Fred says down. All right, guys. 124 days, 24 instances that it missed. 80% of the time is odds we're going to play. We're going to do it together. And so I'll be looking for the posting at 10:15 tomorrow. Thank you. How'd you like that song we played to get started today? Pretty good, huh? It was pretty good, I thought. Yeah. All right. Have a good night. Thank you.